Hi guys. So another week has passed. Lots more makeup releases. Sorry, cat is moving. Um, if we thought last week was a lot, there's just as much this week. Um, so as per usual, going to insert pictures either this way or this way. Post production, me will figure it out. So the first thing that we're talking about is Beauty Escape Cosmetics have released some new eyeshadow shades, and they're available now. So they seem to be in like this dark blue, sort of a teal, a paler blue, a purple, a pink, a sort of a goldy coppery bronze, and then this pale gold. They look really pretty, but I've never actually had anything from Beauty Escape Cosmetics. And I have loads of shadows that could be dupes for these. So there's no real point in me getting something like that. So I'm going to pass on that. Next thing that we saw that was released this week was, God, how do I pronounce this? Guerlain? Guerlain. The worst thing is it's like a mainstream brand, so I should know how to pronounce it. Guerlain. Guerlain. That'll do. Guerlain. They have released a whole set of new things. So there seems to be this Parure gold face mist, some Parure foundation, and a limited edition compact. So it seems to be all kind of face products that are coming out. So I'm going to pass on that because I already have loads that I'm kind of testing out at the moment. But they are meant to be coming out in August, so we'll see more on that. Last week we talked about Natasha Denona was coming out with a new mini, and I thought maybe it was going to be a gold or that it might be like a mini sunrise palette. No, I totally forgot that the Tropics palette actually existed. So she's actually making a mini version of the Tropics palette, and it looks really pretty. There's like a silvery blue metallic, a kind of a shimmery dark green, not quite emerald, but it looks really nice. A pale blue, which I think is a matte, a kind of a dark purple, and then an almost lilac-y violet matte. I really like that. That really speaks to me. It's currently available, so it was released on July 8th. I'm going to have a think of that. It is limited edition though. So if it is limited edition, I may want to get on my bike and get that soon enough. So it's definitely on my wish list. I think that's really pretty. The next thing that we have is Ofra Cosmetics. Ofra have collabed with Samantha March, who is known on YouTube for doing lots of like makeup tutorials, etc. And she does a lot of review videos, like this style of video, the new makeup releases that originates from Samantha March. So Ofra have collaborated with Samantha March, and they've produced a new highlighter duo. So it's two existing shades, so one of Pillow Talk and one of Star Island, but they're slicing it in the pan so that it's two slices of Pillow Talk and then two slices of Star Island, which are both really pretty shades. I have both of them. And they've also released a liquid lipstick trio, which features the shades Manila, which is a neutral nude, Pasadena, which is a mauve pink brown, and Las Olas, which is an amber nude brown. So she has all of those up on Ofra along with some of her favourites, and they're available for one more week on Ofra. Despite me already having the two single highlighter shades, I thought it'd be really nice to have the two in the one. It'd just be really nice and easy, and even I could mix them so you could almost get like a 3-in-1 type thing. And I have wanted to try the Ofra liquid lipsticks for a while, so I mean that was as good a chance to try them as any, so I was like, yeah, why not. Yeah, so definitely that this week is me being less reserved than last week, and this week I'm definitely like, I want it all. Glisten Cosmetics, they have released a full reveal of all 9 shades from their new palette, and they released like quite a few pictures of where the inspirations came from, because it's their botany palette, so it's all based on nature. It's available for pre-order now. There's some really nice, like kind of like a bright purpley pink, a beautiful deep burnt red. There's quite a few greens, some blues, a pink, and a kind of it says that the shade is called moss, but it's like a browny coppery, it looks like. It's a very pretty palette. I won't be getting it because I know if I went through my palettes I would have all of these shades, so I need to just breathe, but it does look very, very pretty. Next thing we have is Conjure Cosmetics have come out with some new lip pencils, or they are coming out with some new lip pencils. So they've given some sneak peeks, but they're not available yet, but they will be in the next, I think, couple of days. So they have all of these available as singles, but you can also get them in bundles with glosses and lipsticks that match. So in addition to having the lip pencils, they have also released a new gloss which is called Hurricane Party. It's a neutral pink with silver sparkles, and it claims to leave a soft pink stain. Next thing we have is a very, very bougie thing, because if you're looking at the actual prices, it's like, whew, I could never afford this. It's Max and Me. They have launched some new skincare products which are available on Beautylish. Beautylish sell to both the US and to Europe. They're apparently an organic beauty line with a focus on high vibrational ingredients, which I don't know what that means. Like, it seems very new agey, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, am I just paying for a gimmick? So I don't know about that. The PR says that founders Max and Tanja harvest pure potent plants in Austria's countryside, seeking out those that heal and harmonise with your skin on a cellular level. I always question that sort of thing, because it's hard to actually impact your skin at a cellular level unless... Yeah, there are smarter minds than me that understand how biology works, and I don't know. Anyways, they claim that this unique approach to skincare results in artisanal concoctions that transform skin, restoring its natural rhythm and ability to regulate itself. As part of their new line, they've released a Sweet Serenity Mask and Wash. So it's crafted apparently with an indulgent blend of botanical oils, Balinese cacao, and raw manuka honey. Sweet Serenity Mask and Wash instantly soothes stressed out skin while delivering intense hydration, fresh radiance, and a visibly more even skin tone. You can use it as a gentle cleanser to restore skin's balance and wash away impurities, or leave as a rejuvenating mask to leave your skin back to its natural rhythm. And that is $98. So that would be the guts of about €85, about £80, give or take. Wow, that it's expensive. The next thing they have is the Sweet Serenity Rescue Balm. It's a gentle hydrator that is apparently so incredible for helping to release heat from use one on. I'm like reading directly from the PR, so I'm like, what? I don't understand this. It helps to relieve redness and get back into balance. So for helping release heat from use one on. Okay. So from your first use, it helps to release heat. I should read these a little bit more carefully beforehand, but there you go. That is $85. That's a lot. That's a lot. And like with skincare, you go through it. So I'm like, it had oh god, if we thought that was expensive. They have the I Am the Light face oil, which instantly illuminates and hydrates tired skin for $130. Oh, Jesus. The Intuitive Botanical Facial Mist, which apparently soothes your body and mind with this deeply calming botanical mist featuring a warm, woody scent. $75. I know I sound very sarcastic when I'm reading it, because I'm just like, I can't imagine spending that much on that sort of thing, which is really bad, because then I spend like a ridiculous amount on things like eyeshadows, and it's like, but this is your skin and you should take care of your skin. But I'm like, this is probably why I have these lines. This is my own fault. They have the Circle of Protection body oil for $85. And then they don't give any information as to what it's meant to do, which, okay, fair enough. And then a cloth, right? And this is what it says: organic facial cloth designed for daily cleansing, woven from linen, Icelandic algae, and eucalyptus fibers. This beautifully textured cloth sweeps away impurities while gently exfoliating and boosting microcirculation for a fresh, radiant complexion. $30. $30 for a cloth. For a cloth. Like, okay, I am all for using not recyclable, but sustainable things. So things like a face cloth, I can understand maybe it would be better to get than, say, those disposable makeup wipes, because it's just going to be better on the environment. But $30 is a huge amount, particularly when you take into account that you have something like a face halo, which I really enjoy, and it does all the things there, for like, I think it's €8.99. So it's about a third of the cost. So I'm like, no. But I think you've kind of guessed, none of this is for me. I'm passing. The resolve is back. Next thing we have is that NARS have come out with a new mini of their Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's buildable, blendable, hydrating, radiant, and it's in 30 shades, and it will be available, or is available rather, from July 11th online from Sephora. So I would assume that they would bring this into other retailers like Debenhams, etc. I really like NARS concealer. I have that on at the moment. It works for me, but I'm not one of those ones that gets really obsessive about concealers and it's like I must try them all. But you're going to see a big trend this week, and it seems to be that as we're going into autumn, it's going to be all about the skin and how fresh and good the skin looks, because there's just a ton of skincare, well, not skincare, but foundations, etc., that are being released. So that seems to be the emphasis. The next thing that we have is, and I don't have a lot of information on this, it's just a sneak peek from Lovelux Beauty. So it's a sort of a lilac-y, shimmery shade. I am assuming it's an eyeshadow, but as to whether it's a pigment, like a pressed pigment, a loose pigment, or an actual like powder, like a pressed eyeshadow, I don't know. It looks really nice, but I'm not going to just buy one single eyeshadow when you're thinking about things like shipping. It looks nice though, so I'm keeping an eye out. Sydney Grace, who I really like, have released new multi-chromes, or they are releasing them. They had a whole thing on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook this week where they were trying to get users to name them, which was quite cool. So they're $15 each, which is not bad, because multi-chromes, based on the ingredients that you need to formulate those, there's a lot more that goes into them, so they always retail at a higher cost than, say, a matte formula. That's just a general rule. So they have Chameleon Air, which is just, it looks like this sort of a pink in the pan, but then it shifts towards this green, and that looks really pretty. Then they have Beauregard, which is like a purple that shifts towards a pink, and then they have Twisted Shifter, which goes from like a green to a tealy blue, and I think those are really, really pretty. I've definitely been thinking of those, and I know that Clinique Cosmetics, when they're opening back up again, they have quite a few multi-chromes that I would really like to try. So that's definitely, I'm watching that. Coven Cosmetics, which I had never really heard of, have started to release some new single eyeshadows. So the sneak peeks that they have given include this sort of like an icy blue silvery shade, which looks really pretty. And they've also released information on one of the shades, which is a shade called Malibu. So they're all currently available on Coven Cosmetics website, so you should be able to get them there if that's what you're interested in. I'm not going to get them because I have enough singles. I literally just said I will get more multi-chromes, but I'm like, I'm contradicting myself. But I'm not going to get these. It makes no sense for me at the moment. Next thing is Sparrow Cosmetics have released some sneak peeks of their new highlighters. So The one that I have a picture here of is Fairy Godmother, and it seems to be this kind of a pinky pearly shimmer, which looks really pretty. But I always find it funny when they swatch a highlighter in the hand, because that's not how you wear it. Um, a better indication would be, obviously if you have it on the face. I don't know what this would look like, but it looks pretty, but I need more information. Last week we talked massively about Kylie Jenner. So KKW, not to be beat, so Kim Kardashian West, has released a ton of new things. And I'm going to say it right now, none of it is interesting to me. It would have been interesting maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but it's not now. So one of the first things she has is this So Fire, and that's literally, it's like S3 O's Fire eyeshadow palette, which has 10 shades in it, and it's $45, and it says it has a matte vibrant orange and a warm brown and smooth metallic shadows, which can be used wet or dry. It's like every other eyeshadow palette that I have seen. Like, I mean, I looked at that and the first thing I thought of was the Coloured Rain Queen of Hearts palette. And that's been out for ages, so I'm like, no, not for me. They have the So Fire eyeliner for $10, which is long wear, glides on smoothly with an intense and pigmented line in just one stroke in 3 bold shades. Copper, which is a metallic copper brown with silver pearl. Rust, which is a matte brick orange. Yellow Gold, which is a metallic yellow gold. Fair enough. I mean, takes a lot to get me interested, but that's not quite for me. I have enough kind of things like that, and I still have it in my head that NARS are coming out with a few, so I'm like, I would like to see that, please, because I don't know what the quality of KKW is like. They have the So Fire Gloss for $18, which is an ultra high shine formula and glass-like finish, which claims to hydrate, soften and smooth dry lips, and has vitamin E. They do say that they come in 3 shades. One is Flammable, which is a vibrant orange, which I'm like, I wonder what that would look like as a lip gloss. I'm assuming you would have to wear something underneath it because it would just look a bit odd. We might have the whole Jeffree Star situation with the lip glosses again, where they just look really weird over bare lips. Radiate, which is a soft peach nude with gold pearl, and Extinguish, which is a light golden brown with multi-dimensional pearl. You can get the So Fire Gloss Trio for $42. You can get the So Fire Eyeliner Trio for $25. Or you could get the whole bundle together for $115. What a bargain. It's going to be available on July 19th on their website at noon on Pacific Standard Time. I'm not getting this. She's not going to lose any sleep over it. She doesn't need my money. She's fine. The next thing we have is Glaminatrix Cosmetics, who I've never heard of before, have released a new matte eyeshadow called Algae. And I did do a little bit of a double take at this because I was like, green. I like green. So it's like this really vibrant, like almost neon-y lime. I think that looks really, really nice. So I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm trying to calm because, again, I have neon shades. I have Blush Tribe. I'm going to pass on that, but I am going to keep an eye out to see if they come out with any other things that I could be like, I will put you in my basket. Because there's no point in getting like just one with shipping. That's the way my mind works. Next one is Alamar Cosmetics have come out with New Day Nudes collection. This is what they've called it. So there's 2 lip liners, Dolce and Coquetta, for $12 each. They've also come out with 4 medium coverage and high shine lip glosses in Coquetta, Dolce, Chula, Divina for $15 each, but you can get the full bundle together for $74. So it's like the name kind of suggests, it's nude colours, and I can kind of, it's interesting because 2 of the lip glosses they have provided there would not really work with the 2 liners they have. But there's 2 kind of paley shades, and they don't. It wouldn't make sense to me. Not for me. I have enough. I recently got a few kind of things on Feel Unique, so I'm like, I'm totally fine. Uh, the next thing we see is A Dose of Colours have come out with, they started at the beginning of the week kind of showing some sneak peeks of concealers and foundations, so it was all very like, oh, what is this? And they just said, oh, it's available July 17th. So again, like I said, it's all about the skin this week. So then they started to reveal some more information. So they have a Meet Your Hue foundation by Dose of Colours, obviously, in 42 shades. So they have 6 shade categories and 7 shades per category. So there's fair, there's light to medium, medium tan, and then dark, and then deep. So they're $36 each for 30 milliliters, or like 1 fluid ounce, which is not bad for a foundation. It's claims to be medium to full coverage with a natural matte finish, high pigment, light wearing, long wear, vegan and cruelty free. It's talc free, paraben free, fragrance free, oil free. So I mean, that looks interesting. It will be available, like I said, on the 17th of July at 8 in the morning Pacific Standard Time on their website. I won't be getting this. I have enough foundations at the moment. Like, in addition to that, Dose of Colours have also launched their own beauty sponge. I almost called it a beauty blender, but it's not a beauty blender, it's a beauty sponge, and it's for $15. It's paraben free, latex free, dye free, sulfate free, and phthalates free. I pronounced it, I think. I have enough. I recently got an actual beauty blender because I was like, I want to see what the story is, so I'll be trying that out soon. I don't need any more sponges. I will make mine last, and for $15, that's a lot. But it makes sense to launch that and launch their concealers and foundations at the same time. That's smart. Next thing we have is that P. Louise Makeup are collaborating with Mitchell. She's on Instagram and I believe YouTube as well. So they've come up with a new eye paint in apparently lots of different shades. They say that it's self-setting as a matte. It's crease cutting, non-moving, tear-proof, which I would have loved today because I was trying to do this eye and it just kept watering and it was driving me bananas. It says that it's paint that can be used on the body, the hair, and the waterline. So that's really interesting. And the shades they've kind of shown are like this sort of a yellowy, neon-y green. I'm really bad at figuring out what the colours are. And like a pink. So they do look interesting. So I'll keep an eye out and see what the story is there. But for the moment, I have no major plans. Next thing is Tarte Cosmetics. Oh, Tarte, what you doing? They have come out with new additions to the Rainforest of the Sea line, which nobody asked for. They have foil finger paint trios for $25 each. And I was kind of looking at those, and there's one trio that's like a blue and a silver, and that's all right. Then the rest are like corals and nudes, and I'm like, oh, Tarte, it's more of the same. So it's nothing that quite interests me at the moment. But they claim that these foil finger paint trios, well, they're $25 each, and they have 2 foil formulas and 1 gel glitter topper. So they have them in three trios. There's Lunar, Milky Way, and Bahamas, so I won't be getting any of those. They also have H2O gloss in new shades for $19 each, and they have a water foundation, broad spectrum SPF 15, which is now available in 30 shades for $39 each. So again, I'm not getting any more foundation, don't need it. Nothing interests me there. We talked briefly about how Hourglass are kind of giving a sneak peek of something that was going to be part of the Art Brow range, and I was kind of wondering what it was. They have given us information now, and it is essentially, it's a brow pencil with like a spoolie. So it has a 1.4mm tip, a unique oval shape, and hair-like dimension apparently. It looks to be launching in 5 shades, but that isn't confirmed yet. And it will be available at Hourglass Cosmetics on July 9th and at global retailers on July 19th. I won't be getting that. that, I kind of make do with what I have. Oh, more Kim. Oh, I should have bunched all of this together to get over it. But yeah, Kim Kardashian West has more stuff because she must be running short on money. Who knows? She has come out with the body collection. Yeah. So the first thing is a skin perfecting body foundation for $45. A body foundation. A, who has money, and B, who has time for that. Like, that's mental. But I'm going to read what the PR says. It says, enhance your skin by blurring out imperfections with a smooth satin finish. Creamy formula, water and transfer resistant, blending evenly and seamlessly into the skin, not sticky or heavy, with subtle hints of vanilla and coconut. It says it comes in fair, which is a light sand with peachy undertones, light, which is a soft nude with warm undertones, light / medium, soft beige with neutral undertones, medium, which is a mid-tone beige with neutral undertones, tan, which is a rich gold with warm undertones, dark, which is a deep sepia with neutral undertones, and deep dark, which is rich bronze with warm undertones. The shade range isn't fantastic, but also it's body foundation. No. Next thing they have is a skin perfecting body shimmer for $35. It's water-based formula paired with highly reflective pearls, formulated with moisturizing ingredients that will give your skin a healthy, long-lasting and radiant finish. Comes in pearl, which has a golden peach champagne, gold, which is a bright warm gold, bronze, which is a warm golden bronze. They have also come out with loose shimmer powders for face and body. So at least I suppose it's multi-purpose. $27, which is sparkling reflective pearls, blend seamlessly into the skin, while vitamin E provides antioxidant benefits and nourishes the skin. Use alone for a luminous sheen, or pair with the body foundation and body shimmer for an intensely radiant glow. And those loose shimmer powders apparently come in pearl, which is an icy pink champagne. Sounds pretty. A gold, which is a bright golden yellow, and a bronze, which is a warm copper champagne. They also have a friggin' body brush for $32. It says it's densely packed with soft, smooth, synthetic bristles that provide the perfect, even application of creams or powders. Now, I remember when they came out with brushes before. It might have been either Kim Kardashian West or Kylie Jenner, but it was a bit of a disaster. That's a lot of money for a brush. Skin perfecting body foundation and brush duo is $65, so a complete steal. Skin perfecting body shimmer trio, so if you wanted to get all three of those champagne-y things, $100. A shimmer powder for face and body trio, $74. Complete body shimmer and brush collection, $200. There are going to be people who buy that. I am not one of them. The next thing that we have is Buxom Cosmetics have launched 2 new eyeshadow palettes. One is Boss Babe Dolly eyeshadow palette for $39, and the other one is Boss Babe Betty eyeshadow palette. So one seems to be like these copper tones, and the other one seems to be this sort of purpley lilac-y tones. There isn't enough sort of variety there in the shades that they're showing. Like, it's all very one note. So I talked before in previous videos that when you have a monochromatic palette, so if it's all the one color, you have to have some depth. So you have to have, like, say, a very light shade of that color, and then you have to have a really deep shade, and you have to have all these transition shades, almost like you're going up and down the color slider. You need to have it in mattes, in shimmers, in foils, in, glitters, if that happens to be your thing. Not everyone likes a glitter in an eyeshadow palette, but it seems like they've come late to the party again. And if this was 5 or 6 years ago, yeah, they probably would have done well, but that's that's not for me. I've never tried Buxom in terms of their eyeshadows, so I can't speak to the quality, but no, not for me. Next thing that we have is Love Happy Mess. So LOVEHAPPIMESS. She's on Instagram. You can find her there. She has introduced some new icicle liquid lipsticks. So it says that they are fluffy matte cream to powder liquid lipstick, which have a unique cushion formula, comfortable for all day wear, inspired by a popsicle fresh out of the freezer. So that's interesting in July, in the depth of these summer. They seem to be very deep kind of shades. It's like this sort of a purpley brownie color. There's a red, and then like a burnt red that's almost an orange. Not for me, because like I said earlier, I have bought the lip trio from Samantha March's collaboration with Ofra, so there's no point in me getting those. However, what I will say is those three shades, they are $9 each. Not bad. So they come in the shades honey gelato, grapefruit soda, and jujube jam. Jujube? I don't know. I don't know if it's a soft J or a hard J. Anyways, not for me, but if you're in the market for a liquid lipstick, that might be something to look into. The next thing is it's a day ending in a Y, because we're talking about Colourpop, of course. They have released a Just a Tint lip crayon for, apparently what they claim, healthy glowy lips with a hint of tint in 12 universally flattering shades. I mean, whenever people say universally flattering shades, I'm like, really? I don't know why people keep claiming this, and it's hard to know if it actually is. You can get them for $7 each, or you can get $12 for a bundle. So they have 6 different bundles. They were available on July 11th, so you should be able, if you went on now, to find them. I've never really been into lip crayons. They're not kind of my thing, because I'm not great with applying lip stuff in general. So when you take away that precision from me and put it into a crayon form, I'm just like, I'm gonna end up looking like a clown. So it's not for me. Next thing we have is Halcyon Cosmetics, which we talked about last week, seemed to be releasing some eyeshadows and it looked very much in line with autumn. So they've shown another new shade, which is like this kind of a grey brown sort of a colour. It's called Chelsea. So it's not for me, and I have loads of ones that would dupe it, but it makes an awful lot of sense with the other eyeshadows that they are releasing. So I'm going to pass on that, but I think it's smart of them coming into that season. Coloured Rain have a new mystery box that is available now. So they claim that there's going to be $150 worth of products in there for $35. If you want to try Coloured Rain, I think they're saying that there's going to be like a lip colour in there and an eyeshadow palette. So if it's something that you're interested in, I would say why not? Not for me, but it's there if you're interested. We talked last week about Milani had that gilded ember, or was it amber set? So in addition to that, she's kind of come out with 2 other ones. They claim to have soft matte, saturated metallic shimmers, deep duochromes, and luminous highlighters, $19.99 each. Same as what I kind of said last week, it's dodgy when you put in face products in with eyeshadows, because it's not going to suit everyone. A lot of those shades are either going to be too light for a lot of people, or too dark for some. So I'm kind of like, the Gilded Ember Hyper, which is what we had talked about last week. It's a pigmented eye and face palette, which they claim was inspired by the 2019 Pantone Colour of the Year, which is Living Coral, and you can get that now on Amazon. They have the Gilded Jade Hyper, which is a pigmented eye and face palette with earth-toned neutrals and ethereal shimmers. That looks interesting, and I think part of why I think that's interesting is because there's some greens. So I'm like, no, you need to No. So I've resolved no for that. That makes no sense. Not getting that. Um, then the next one they have is Gilded Violet Hyper, pigmented eye and face palette with matte violets, subtle shimmers, and electric pops of metallic colours, inspired by the 2018 Pantone colour of the year, which was ultraviolet. So they're apparently going to be available this month on Walmart. Now I know the first one, which is the Ember Hyper, is available on Amazon. So whether or not they'll make the other two available on Amazon, I don't 100% know. None of them are for me. I don't really like to have an eye palette and a face palette in the same one. Next thing is Terra Moon Cosmetics. We talked about them last week. They have more information. They have new Moonlights, which are coming soon. So these are liquid, it seems to be, and you can wear them under foundation. You can mix them with foundation, or you can use them as a liquid highlight. And the shade that they've kind of given a sneak peek of is Kaleidoscope. So it seems to be very shimmery, etc. But again, I don't know what it'll actually look like under, on, mixed with foundation. So I don't know. I'd like to see what it would look like before I would ever think of getting them. So in addition to that, they've also kind of provided this other picture, which is just of this vivid pink, and I don't know if it's an eyeshadow or if it's like an eyeliner, if it's a pigment. I don't know what it is, or maybe it's like a lipstick or a lip pencil. I don't know. It's very unusual to swatch it on the hand. But anyways, all they've said is sneak peek and that it's coming soon. That's literally all I know about it. The next thing is that Glossier have added 2 new shades to their lip gloss range. Holographic will give you apparently an opalescent shimmer, and red will give you a subtle sheer tint. The formula is described as no stickiness, no grittiness, no gluey feeling, just smooth, juicy glide, and they're available at glossier.com for $14. Not for me. And I also, again, I keep thinking of Colourpop, and they have those juicy lip glosses, so I'm like, they're like a fraction. And I suppose if you're already doing Colourpop order, you might look into that as well. But I don't know what they're like, so I can't really say. Duchess Club Cosmetics have released some new matte shades, so it's a purple, a green, and a blue. I think that's really, really interesting. You know, if you don't have many matte, colourful shades, you know, that might be one to go for. I think I really like that they have 2 very deep tones for the green and the blue, but then quite a lavendery colour for the purple. It might have made more sense if they also went with a very deep purple, unless they're releasing some more kind of shades along with that. But that's all I know for now, but it looks interesting. Lit Cosmetics have added some new additions. Neon is all the rage, like it's just a thing now. So they have their neons here. The shade names are the same as apparently their electric shades. I don't really know anything about that. So if you're wondering what the difference is, they say that the new neons are a pure loose pigment, while the electric also contain a shade shifting sparkle. Okay. They're available now at litcosmetics.com for $19 each. Not for me. I have enough neon stuff. Like I said, I have the Blush Tribe one, so there's no point in me getting that. Makeup Revolution ended up collaborating with Makeup with Jack, so he's on Instagram as well. So they came out with this eyeshadow palette. So they say that it is divided into 4 sections. Each quarter is made up of 5 carefully curated shades to create a full eye look. I can kind of see that in there, but the top left and the bottom left look so similar to me that I'm like, you're gonna get a really similar eye look. So I don't know if it was curated as mindfully as it could have been. It's very safe. It's very neutral. There's just that one little pop of yellow and a little pop of blue and that little pinky colour. Everything else is all very muted, and tones that we've kind of come to think of as neutral. The next thing, so again, straight back into like foundations and skin, etc. Urban Decay have given us more information on their Stay Naked collection. So they have their foundation, which is a liquid foundation in 50 shades for $39 each. So it's really nice to see 50 shades. That's fantastic. I'm really hoping that they have a good range of darker shades as well as lighter shades. They have a correcting concealer which claims to be up to 24-hour wear for $29. I always find the claim of up to 24-hour wear interesting because who wears their makeup for 24 hours? Like, it seems weird. They have their Pro Customizer Color Correcting Fluid, so $29 in 2 shades. Don't know what the story is with that. Vice Lip Chemistry, so lasting glassy tint for $22. That sounds kind of interesting. And a Build and Blend sponge for $18. So, Dose of Colors were like, hey, we've come out with a foundation, so here's our sponge as well. And now Urban Decay have come out with a sponge. And in fairness, they didn't have a sponge in their collection before, so I think it's, it's probably about time. $18 is really expensive for a sponge. That's similar price to a beauty blender. So I'm kind of like, what does it do? How is it better? So this will apparently be available July 18th on their website. I don't know when it's coming to stores after that. Next thing is Pat McGrath, who is a pretty well-known makeup artist. She has her own line, has released a Lust Mini Lip Fetish Lip Balm Trio for $25, which is not bad for Pat McGrath because her stuff is crazy expensive. So she has Clear, which claims to be a clear, subtle sheen. It just looks like a white sort of a gloss thing. Blow Up, which is a wondrous warm beige, and Flesh 3, beautiful bronze rose. I don't know why, but I feel a bit about the word flesh. There's a cosmetics brand called Flesh. Not for me. I have enough lip stuff, so there's no point in me getting that. House Cosmetics. Yes, we're on this finally. Lady Gaga had been saying or dropping hints that she was releasing her own cosmetics line. So that has finally, we've got some information, some pictures of that. So she's got like this Glam Attack all over liquid shimmer powder, some lip gloss, a lip liner, and she has like a sort of clutch. So she has 6 special collections which has been curated by her for customers. So it includes so each collection includes one of each of our self-expression tools along with a reusable clutch. Interesting. So Glam Attack, like I said, it's this all over liquid shimmer powder and is highly pigmented, long wearing, all over color amplifier. Don't know what that means, but it sounds interesting. Rip lip liner. I don't know if it's RIP or RIP. So I don't know. A lip liner to die for. Oh, it's probably RIP, so they probably should have put dots after the I and the or, but there you go. It's a creamy demi-matte, highly pigmented lip pencil. Le Riot lip gloss is an ultra high shine multi-dimensional lip gloss, and they say that on launch there's going to be 9 different duos, so you can get 2 lip liners for $26 US, 2 of the glasses for $32. You can get 2 Glam Attacks for $36 and 6 3-piece sets for $49 US. That includes an RIP lip liner, a Le Riot gloss, and a Glam Attack. So they are launching for pre-order on the 15th of July on House Labs and on Amazon as well. I'm not going to get any of these. I like Lady Gaga, and I always think her style is quite interesting. But for newer brands like this, I kind of wait a while because I want to see what the story is. So reserving judgment. Next thing we have is, and this is the actual name of the brand, The Crystal Bitch. enjoying it just for the name, have introduced a glow facial serum. So it says that it's a subtle glow that looks great on its own or under foundation. I quite like a nice serum. I have plenty at the moment. I have a few Pixie ones that I'm really enjoying. But yeah, I might look into that in the future. Looks interesting. Next thing we have is Bombshell Cosmetica have apparently come out with a new formula. So this looks, it was very vague in the post, but it looks like it's an eyeshadow possibly, but it could also be like a shimmery highlighter. I don't know. But in addition to them apparently having a new formula, they've also provided an additional sneak peek. I think that only just came out today, so this is Saturday. And it's these various shades of red. And the first thing I thought of was the Huda Ruby Obsessions. It's the exact shade. Well, not like the exact shades, but it is such a dupe for it. So I'm like, that's really interesting. So I'm not gonna get that simply because, I mean, I basically have that already. That it would make no sense. BH Cosmetics have come out with a new brush set. So it's their poolside chic brush set, which includes 12 eye and face brushes, a blue holographic bag for $26, and it's going to be available on the 24th of July on BH Cosmetics. Lush, who I enjoy for things like shampoos, etc., have come out with their own set of brushes. They apparently collaborated with their own makeup artist, Megan Edwards, to come up with these. The premium quality brushes are made from recyclable aluminium and biodegradable, sustainable sourced wood with a cellulose-based lacquer and a vegan glue to secure the brush hairs. So the brushes are now available in Australia, exclusively online at the Australian Lush store. So there are 13 brushes and a brush wrap available individually or in a set. I won't be picking up that because I'm keeping an eye out for the new brushes that are coming from Sigma this week. They're on the 16th, which I talked about last week. So I'll be skipping on that. But you know, if you're into that sort of thing, it might be a viable alternative for brushes that are, you know, vegan, cruelty free, etc. Last week we talked a little bit about Give Me Glow Cosmetics, and they had their Vintage Rose eyeshadow palette, and they kind of gave a sneak peek. They have also shown that they're in addition to that going to be giving a new Vintage Rose liquid lipsticks, which are launching on the 30th of August. So I don't know what the shades are actually going to look like. I probably won't pick them up along with the eyeshadow, but I know I want the eyeshadow, so I'm going to skip on that, but I know it's the eyeshadow I want. Next thing is Pixie Beauty have released a retinol and jasmine collection. So it's created with time-release retinol and anti-inflammatory jasmine. It's available now at pixiebeauty.com. The range includes a retinol jasmine cleanser, retinol tonic, jasmine oil blend, overnight retinol oil, retinol jasmine lotion, and retinol eye cream. I like that because I enjoy Pixie. I use that on my face, and I think it's helped my skin an awful lot. So I think, yeah, once I'm running low on my current Pixies, I will be looking towards using these and seeing what the story is. Next thing is Fourth Ray Beauty, which is like a sister company to Colourpop, have come out with a new papaya face milk, which launched yesterday, which was Friday. It says it has papaya enzymes, which are known for having exfoliating properties, papaya oil, which is known to moisturize and replenish skin, water lily milk, known to hydrate and condition skin, and white tea, which is apparently known for its antioxidant properties. Now, well, I'm not really interested in that at the moment, but what I'm finding interesting is the last time they came out with a launch like this, it was a watermelon theme, and then we got the Main Squeeze watermelon palette from Colourpop. So I'm wondering if they're going to come out with like a papaya sort of palette, like with oranges, etc., which I think would be good, and it would fit with their current monochromatic theme. So I'm wondering if we're gonna see something like that. Just me wondering. Next thing is L'Oreal Makeup are releasing a bronzer blush duo, which is called Sherry on the Cake. So it says that the cherry coloured rouge creates fresh colour accents. The chocolate coloured bronzer draws contours. For the fresh all-round glow, the two can be applied mixed for a natural complexion as kissed by the sun. The light powdery texture adheres particularly well to the skin and does not dry out. And apparently it's available at some European stockists, so you might be able to pick it up right now, and they're coming soon elsewhere, so Europe gets it first. Hooray! Which makes sense because L'Oreal, it's French. I won't be getting that. I have enough bronzers and blushes. I say this to myself now, and I'll probably get more in the next while, but that doesn't appeal to me. The next one I found really funny. Revlon have created a limited edition Mrs. Maisel, the Amazon Prime series, the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Super Lustrous Collection. So it says you can channel Midge or Rose at the twist of a lipstick, shop curated power reds and anything but boring nudes that take you from urban chic to country cool. So you have your Take the Stage reds for $19.99. So there's Cherries in the Snow, which is a creamy cool fuchsia red lipstick, Certainly Red, which is a creamy true juicy red lipstick, Fire and Ice, which is a creamy bright and fiery orange red lipstick. And then they have their nudes. So they stand-up nudes are $19.99. Pink Truffle, which is apparently a sheer pink brown lipstick. That's interesting. I like those shades. Rum Raisin, which is a creamy mauvey brown lipstick, and Blushing Mauve, which is a pearlized warm pinky nude lipstick. And apparently you can get them on Amazon. I won't be getting those. I have enough. I need to move on. Sisley Paris have come out with some new foundations. It claims to be a brightening foundation with a velvety matte yet natural finish, and it's going to be coming out in September. But it has a range of 8 shades. 8 shades. Like that's. Yeah, no, not for me. I'm leaving that. Anything that it has such a poor shade range, I think it's just, I can't get behind that. They need to think of their consumers in general. There is more than just like white people, because even the shades I'm seeing, they're very pale. And I mean, I want to talk, I'm pale, but like, there's other skin tones. JJ Cosmetics have come out with a new highlighter called Steno. So it seems to be a sort of a whitey gold shimmer. So that looks really pretty. Excuse me. But again, I don't know what that would actually look like on the face. They just do like these finger swatches. Charlotte Tilbury have come out with some new airbrush flawless foundations, and they've done better than Sisley because they've come out with 44 shades. They haven't given any information as to when it's coming out, but it just says that it's coming soon. It says that it's the secret to a flawless, poreless looking complexion, full coverage, weightless, and again, like I said, in 44 shades. So I think that's really interesting. I might keep an eye out on that because anytime I hear poreless, I'm like, yes, I hear you. I would like that. So she's coming out with even more things because she also has this kind of color corrector that is designed for under eyes, and there are some reds and oranges which, if you know anything about color theory, they're really good for getting rid of like the purpley bags under your eyes. So if you have any discoloration under your eyes, that might be an idea. So they have, it says that it's a silky smooth application which helps to diminish appearance of under eye puffiness, and it gives a perfect skin finish in 4 shades: fair, medium, tan and deep, and they'll be coming soon. So they reckon August to September. So that's, like I said, I think September, autumn, it's all going to be about having really good skin. But in addition to all of these things, she has also come out with a new highlighter. The packaging looks really, really pretty. It seems to be like a bronzy sort of a colour, like a deeper highlighter, which is great. wouldn't be for me. Next thing is like this duo, which is like a highlighting bronzer duo, and again the packaging is beautiful. Not for me. Wouldn't. I have enough. Then she's come out with these. She calls them corner eyes. So it's like, I think it's just eyelashes for the corner of your eyes to give it that really cat-like look. Which I'm like, that's really interesting. I've never seen anything like that. There probably is stuff like that, but I've just missed it. And then she also has like some eyeshadow palettes and like this face palette as well. So she has quite a few things kind of coming out, and they're all in these special packaging, so I can only imagine we're gonna hear more in the next while on that. Next thing is the Checkered Lily Apothecary has come out with a new summer collection called The Naturalist. So it says that she's released a number of glosses, but she has a new release of eyeshadows, blushes, and highlighters. I've never tried anything from this brand. I don't know what the story is, but it definitely looks interesting, and always nice to support an indie brand. Red Earth Beauty have come out with some new lipsticks, and the packaging is really pretty, and I can't help but think of Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, which, you know, when you're coming out with a lipstick, you do not want to have your lipsticks compared to them. But in terms of the packaging, I think it's a much higher class version of what Jaclyn Hill was going for. So it's Crystal Baby lipsticks, and they claim to be a velvety powder matte lipstick that creates a veil of opaque colour on the lips, has a pigmented lightweight formula in 4 shades for $21 each. So it comes in the shades Red Coral, which is a vibrant true red matte, Amber Chic, which is a brown rose matte, Rosy Quartz, which is a deep rusty rose in a matte, and Firework, which is a glitter true red stain with a sparkly metallic finish. So that they sound really pretty, so I may keep an eye out on those, but I'm like, Tracy, I have enough. There's another beauty brand called Tater Rounds Beauty, which I'd never heard of, and they have made their Feeding Frenzy Shark collection live. So it appears to be like some, I think, soaps and like pigments and general things like that. And the colour story makes an awful lot of sense for a shark theme. Not for me, but I get it. I appreciate it. Makeup, I think, is it Makeup Revolution? No, it's Heart Revolution, which belongs to Makeup Revolution, have come out with some new stuff, and they've very much jumped onto the glam light bandwagon, you know, with the face not with the face stuff, with the food themed items. So they've come out with some like highlighter blushy type things that all have like fruit in them. They have come out with a pizza palette, which is the least pizza looking thing I've seen in my life, which they call it the Tasty Pizza Palette, and it retails for £10, which isn't bad, but like, Jesus, it's really boring looking. The Tasty Chili Palette, which is just, it lacks depth. There's not much you could do, in my opinion. There's not much you could do with it. That's £10. The Tasty Avocado Palette for £10, which is some greens, but there's not many greens in there, and there's nothing really vibrant or interesting in there. So like I said, they have their fruity highlighters, so they're £4 each. They have the shades Banana and Pineapple, and fruity blushers in the shades Strawberry and Peach, so apparently you can get them now on revolutionbeauty.com. This is the new Be Perfect palette, which has been launched in collaboration with Stacey Marie, a makeup artist. So it's the Carnival XL Pro, so they came out with a Carnival Pro palette. I actually have that. So this is apparently their round 2, but it's a much bigger palette, and it has 30 vibrant matte shades, 10 high pigment metallic shimmers, and apparently 3 blinding highlight / body glows. It's retailing for £42. The important thing is, if you do already have the previous one, be careful, because it says that there are 9 familiar faces from the original. So yes, there are I think it's 42 shades or something they said, but only 31 of them are new. So not for me. Not for me. I'll be passing on that. I don't want a big palette anyway. Like, it's too much for me. Kristen Lee Cosmetics. So she's come out with these glimmer gels, and it's really hard to get a decent photo of these. It's one of those things that it doesn't kind of translate well on photography. But I would say check it out on Instagram if you even think this looks interesting. They look beautiful, and I think you could get a really nice eye look from that. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out on that. They've given no date yet, but they said that they will be releasing soon. Next we have Morphe have come out with another 35 pan palette, which is just blues and reds and corals, and it's retailing for $24, and it's going to be available on July 16th. I'm not getting that. There's nothing interesting. I feel like I've seen this palette 1,000 times before. Not for me. Next thing is Certify, which I have quite a few of their palettes, and I like the quality. They've come out with the Eternity palette, and it's like it's kind of like rosy shades and kind of champagne-y, shimmery shades. It's very it reminds me a lot of like a bigger modern Renaissance palette. Not for me. I already have stuff like that. Elf Cosmetics have come out with a Jelly Pop makeup and skincare, which is watermelon infused, loaded with skin quenching ingredients for a hydrated, glowy skin, and it's apparently limited edition, which I'm like, I hate when things are limited edition, particularly when it's things like skincare or cleanser, because if you find something then that works for you, then you can't get it again. But anyways, they have flush blushes, cleanser, dew primer, juicy glosses, face and eyeglasses, which eyegloss, interesting, water gel moisturizer, and a brush. All this with fun watermelon packaging and a scent. I'm not going to be getting that. Like I said, I don't like limited edition stuff, and I have enough kind of skincare as it is. And now we're on the last one. We're there. We're finally there. Moira Cosmetics have kind of been sneaking some like little peeks of like empty palettes and being like, oh look, we're doing something. Woo! But they've finally released some pictures. So there was so much fanfare to it that then when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay. No. So it's their new fairy tale palettes, and they're $16 each. That second palette, you know, the one in the middle, every single eyeshadow look that you would come up with would look exactly the same, because there's just no depth to it. There's nothing interesting there, in my opinion. Don't come for me. So I wouldn't be getting any of that. And that's it. That's everything that has released in the last 7 days. Yes, that is 7 days worth of makeup releases. I'm like half thinking, should I make it into like a first half of the week, second half of the week, and maybe do it a bit more frequently, because these are long videos and it takes forever. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you so much if you've managed to stay to the end. Well done. 10 points to Gryffindor. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.